What's up, y'all? Welcome to Nostalgic Sports. Today we are continuing the series on possible expansion cities for the UFL. This is the fourth episode in the series, so if you think I missed a city, it's possible it was already covered in one of the past videos, so check those out if you haven't. Or if there's a city you think I should have covered, let me know. A lot of people have left their expansion thoughts in the comments, and I'm thankful for everyone's suggestions. And there really are a lot of different routes the league could go when expanding. We will need one more year of success in the UFL for expansion to happen, as it's confirmed no expansion in year two, but they're going to be keeping the same 8 teams, and it's going to be exactly how it was this year. But when the time comes and the league can, I'll say first, like I always do, I hope that the organizations lost from the USFL and XFL merger come back to the league in some regard, especially fan favorites, the Seattle Sea Dragons and the New Orleans Breakers. When it comes to new cities that should be considered for expansion, first up, we have Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is one of the fastest growing cities and economies in the country and is the Tennessee state capital and most populated city. And I could see the UFL highly considering expanding there. Nashville has a big sports market with the successful NHL and NFL team. They also have their soccer team, the Nashville FC. That's a success, and I think their stadium could make a good home field for a Nashville UFL team. The capacity is 30,000, so I think it would be a better fit than some other stadiums. But the Vanderbilt college football team is also in Nashville, and they can tap into that fan base and could potentially play in their football stadium with the capacity being just under 40,000. So there's definitely stadium options in Nashville, even the Titans Nissan Stadium, but I think that'll be too big for what they're booking for. Also, Nashville is geographically a good fit for the league, as it's in the middle of all the teams and travel wouldn't be that far. It wouldn't be hard logistically to add them. Next up, Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock is Arkansas's state capital and most populated city. The sports market in Little Rock has not been tapped into enough, I feel, as they just have a professional soccer team, and the local University of Arkansas Little Rock has sports but no football program. The most football action Little Rock gets is to see when Arkansas Razorbacks play at the War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, which is a deal they have where some home games every year will be played in Little Rock instead of where the school is based in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I think the football market in Little Rock is underserved, and they would definitely support a team there, and the UFL could definitely seize that market. Plus, they tap into all the diehard Arkansas college football fans that watch in Little Rock, and they can have a UFL team play at that same War Memorial Stadium that Arkansas and the Little Rock Rangers play in. Geographically, as well, it makes perfect sense as it's one of the best spots to add a team that fits in between the current ones and that would not be a major travel expense to add. I definitely think Little Rock would be a good spot for the UFL with little competition. Next up, Columbus, Ohio. Columbus is the capital of Ohio and the state's most populous city. They are home to a successful NHL and MLS team, plus they're home to the Ohio State University Buckeyes football team and have some of the most diehard college football fans in the nation. All throughout Ohio, there is a lot of love for their football teams, having two NFL teams in the Browns and the Bengals, and many popular college football teams across the state. In Canton, Ohio, they also have a rich football history, and they were a past city I covered that would be a good spot for a UFL team, but Columbus is a very viable option as well, having a much larger population. UFL team in Columbus could also play at Lower.com Stadium in Columbus as their soccer stadium and host 20,000 fans, and I think that would be the perfect stadium size for a UFL team. They could also form a rivalry with Michigan, just like in college football. And Columbus and Ohio definitely are a good spot for the UFL considering expansion. Next up, we have San Jose, California. San Jose is the third most populated city in the state of California, and I definitely think the UFL would like to get involved in the California economy, and we have talked westward expansion a lot and how the UFL has no teams west of Texas and how westward expansion is important for the league. And we talked about multiple cities that could be added in the West alongside Seattle, but I definitely think San Jose should be considered. They have a successful NHL team, soccer team, and are home to the San Jose State University football team. And within the city, there are two viable stadiums in PayPal Park, which I think is the best option, with their soccer stadium, which has a 18,000 seat capacity, but CEFCU Stadium also being an option as home to the San Jose State college football team with a capacity of 30,000. But I think San Jose could definitely be an option with its economy and stadiums. Travel from the other teams would be the biggest issue. Next up, we have one a little bit less likely, but I think it should still be considered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis is the most populated city in the state of Minnesota and home to an NFL team, professional soccer team, and the home of the Minnesota Gophers college football team. If the UFL were to expand to Minneapolis, they could use Minnesota's football stadium that has a capacity of 50,000, but they could also use the Minneapolis soccer stadium that's technically in St. Paul, Minnesota, but that's only 20 minutes away, and that has a capacity of 19,400. That's more ideal for the league. And if neither of those stadiums, there's still the Minnesota Vikings Stadium with a capacity of 66,000, but I think the first two stadiums make more sense, and Minneapolis would fit in right with the other Northeast teams if they were to bring them back to the league. There's so many possibilities for expansion of the UFL and whether certain markets will work, and the having an NFL team and or an MLB team debate if they will support a UFL team, but the debate will stay open and we will have to see how season 2 of the UFL does and whether we can continue on and expand. But I'm hopeful for the future of the UFL. What do y'all think about the cities I covered today? And if you think there's a city I haven't covered in this 4 episode series that deserves a UFL team, let me know in the comments, and maybe it will get covered in a future video. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more UFL and sports content coming soon.